Hello there, I'm Ron Roberson. Having been in the media industry for more than 30 years, I've covered events all across the country, and I must say, nothing comes close to touching my heart like the Museum of Make-Believe. In a loving, magical way, they have pulled back the layers of my heart and reintroduced me to my inner child, whom I affectionately call Little Ron. As a child, I remember living in the world of make-believe. It was my safe place, a place of love, joy, peace, and happiness. For many of us, as we age and life unfolds, our visits to the land of make-believe become less and less frequent. Decades would pass before I would ever go there again. Enter the Museum of Make-Believe, a new kind of art museum dedicated to creating a unique type of experience centered on ghost stories and fairy tales, and of course, you guessed it, make-believe. The Museum of Make-Believe invites you to become part of their whimsical world of handcrafted miniatures, puppetry, dreamlike paintings, thematic lighting, costumes, film, and sound, all depicting tales of the mystical and the mystic. They are currently hard at work fundraising to open this special place where you can experience the charm of nostalgia within our collective inner child.
Having a program like Museum of Make-Believe is such a wonderful opportunity to return to your childhood. Simpler times when you dreamed big, outrageous dreams, when you had everything was wonder and wonderful and magical. So what's wrong with going back to a time like that?
I think, anytime you're a parent, you get to see your kids really dive into the experience. I think that's what was really fulfilling for me. I think it's important to kind of find times where you can stop time or slow time a little bit and not only reminisce of what life was like with your child, but it also allows you to kind of put yourself in a place in time and see where your kids are, and also as they're experiencing this moment, even though they're at different ages or at different point in time, you're able to have a shared experience even though you have a different age.
To me, it stimulates my imagination and my creativity to enjoy the pieces of art, like the writing and the visuals and everything about it. It's invigorating. And I just think everybody needs to have that in their life, and that this would do that for them.
It isn't just a piece of art on the wall. There's always something more to it, but it doesn't feel forced. It feels like you come to that story on your own, and there are ways that you're brought to it and you get to add your own bits as well. So it's a very unique way of experiencing art and realizing art is a part of everything we do in our lives as well. It just sort of helps you realize that you bring your own vision to what is being fed into you.
I think the Museum of Make-Believe should look, the entire place, the space, should be an artwork in and of itself. And I felt like this for a long time, over years of showing, just myself as an individual artist, showing in galleries and museums. I've noticed always that the place is part of the show. It always has to be, because people can't help but feel that when they walk into a place. So this place should be, it should be themed, and I mean in a storybook style, fairy tale style, to match. And it is something that we've talked about. Obviously, there's an element of how long term is this, but it should always be themed with music, lighting, And then, of course, the paintings and the miniatures, the sculptures, the music, everything is interweaved together. And I think that it should be able to be themed seasonally even. I'm a Disney fan, that's obvious, but if you think of crossing Disneyland with contemporary art and places that are existing now, like Meow Wolf and amusement parks, and you know, to bring art into a different kind of way that I think everyone can enjoy.
So how can you help us make Museum of Make-Believe a reality? We need your donations. We are right now in the heart of a capital campaign that will allow us to bring the museum to the community. We have wonderful ideas that we want to bring families closer together, for adults to get back into their childhood imagination, and really have those apprenticeship opportunities for young artists as well. With your help, Museum of Make-Believe can become a reality and bring imagination and the spark of creativity to all people in the community.
This particular endeavor is going to help you invest in what you know is best about humanity.
A place like this would need a nice sized building in order to get everything on display and for everyone's enjoyment.
This type of museum can make such an impact, not just from a child's life, but for families' lives. That I feel if I just could only imagine if they had a dedicated space, what they would be able to do year-round.
Any of that brings the community together in a artful, beautiful, cohesive way, I think is magic.
So if you love ghost stories and fairy tales and make-believe, we're working to bring the Museum of Make-Believe to you and to the world. So please consider helping us.